Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I am going to do a couple questions from the review from Completing the Square. We're going to have a quiz on Wednesday, and these are the types of questions that you're going to see on the quiz. So I'm just going to do a couple examples. This will probably be about a 10 to 12-minute video, but I'm hoping that this is helpful. If you're struggling with anything on the assignment, just watch the video. You can kind of skip around if you need to. All right, so let me just jump in. All right, I'm going to do the first, a question from the first part. All right, so basically, what we have here is a quadratic equation. It's x squared plus 6x plus 19 equals 4x. Now, this one is just, we better do a little work. We want all of the variables, the x's on this side, and we want the constant on this side. So we just have to move them over. So let me go to my iPad and get going. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 19 from this side, subtract 19 from this side. So it's going to cancel over here. And then we're just going to have 4x minus 19. We can't combine those because one has a variable, one doesn't. But we also need to move the 4x to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 4x from this side and then subtract 4x from this side. So then here's what we're going to have. It's going to be x squared plus 2x equals negative 19. Now, all we're going to do is we are going to find the b, which is 2, half of b, which is 1, and then we're going to do half of b and then square it. So this is going to be a positive 1. So we're going to add a positive 1 to both sides. That part is done. And then we're going to rewrite this as x plus 1 squared equals, and a negative 19 plus 1 is going to be a negative 18. And now I think that's what they want us to do. That's where they want us to get. So we're going to say x plus 1, and then the constant is going to be a negative 18. And then we submit it, and let's see what we got here. Yep, it liked it. Okay, now let's go. Do I want to do another one of those? No, let's just go to even odd. All right, so here's some multiple choice questions. Now, there's going to be multiple choice questions on the exam, so don't freak out. Actually, they're easier. So let me just write this down. X squared plus 18x minus 9 equals 8. And they want us to get this into the square equals a constant. So the intermediate step again, just like we just did. All right, so let me just dump. And also, yeah. So first thing you need to do is move that 9 to the other side, negative 9 to the other side. So you're going to add 9. So this is going to be 17. I can get rid of this because they cancel out. And then I need the b. The b here is 18. Half of b is going to be 9. And then I'm going to take B2 and I'm going to square it. So that's going to be 9 times 9, which is 81. Now, I'm doing this in my head, but you can use the calculator and store 18 into B, then do B over 2, and then do B over 2, and then square it. You should get those numbers. All right, so I'm going to add 81 to both sides, 81, and then 81 here. All right, that's done. Now, 81 plus 17 is 98. And then I'm going to rewrite this using this term here. So this is going to be x plus 9 squared. So I use half of b to rewrite the perfect square. And then I think that's all they want. So which one is going to be plus 9? Now, if you are really in tune, you can see that this is a plus 18x. So you know that these two can't be your answer. So it has to be one of these, and it's the first one. All right, I'm gonna do one more of these. Okay, now what we got here? Clear. Let's see, we have x squared plus 15x minus 20 equals a negative 1. Okay, I'm gonna notice we have decimals here, So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this in decimal form when I take half a B. So let's go here to my iPad. First thing I want to do is move this negative 20 over by adding 20. So on the left-hand side, this cancels out. And then on the right-hand side, we're just going to have a positive 19. Now, now what I'm going to do is I need the B, which is 15. And then I need half a B, which is going to be 7.5. And then I need half a B squared. Let me see what that is. Okay, so I'm going to use the calculator for this. So let me do menu 15, get rid of this. Okay, so first thing, 15, I'm going to store that into B. And then I'm going to do B over 2. I'm going to do B divided by 2. Now, I want this to be a decimal, so I'm going to put a decimal at the end of the 2. And then it tells me 7.5. And then I'm just going to square that. And it tells me that B over 2 squared is going to be 56.25. So now that I have those numbers, I can go. So I'm going to add 56.25 to both sides. So this is going to be 25, this will be 15, and this will be 7. So it'll be 75.25. And I'm going to rewrite this part on the left-hand side as using this now. I'm done with this, so it's going to be x plus 7.5 squared. And this is my answer. In fact, let me just take this and move it down a little bit. So x plus 7.5 squared equals 75.25. Let's see if we have that answer. And it is right here. All right. So I can submit that. All right. Let's see. What's my time look like on my. So I'm at about 7 minutes. So I'm going to do a couple more questions here, and then I'm going to post this. All right. So let me see what I got here. I'm going to do a part 2. All right, so here I got I just got a quadratic. So let's see, we got the quantity x minus 6 squared equals 64. Now, all you're going to do here is we want to solve for x. So all you're going to do is take the square root of both sides and then move the 6 over. Okay, so let's do that. iPad. All right, so the way to get rid of a square is to take the square root. So we're going to have x minus 6 on the left. Over here, square root of 64. 64 is a perfect square. So this is going to be plus or minus 8. Last thing we need to do is add 6 to both sides. And here's what we got. We have x equals, we have two equations, 6 plus 8. And then we have x equals 6 minus 8. So one of our solutions is going to be 14, and our other solution is going to be a negative 2. So let's go here, and we're going to enter those. So the first one is 14, and then our second solution is going to be a negative 2, and I submit it, and it says, nice job. Let me do one more of these. Okay, so let's see. We have x minus 7 squared equals 36. So same process. Once we get to this point, we're just going to take the square root of both sides. This is going to be x minus 7 equals, and this is a perfect square as well. And if you don't know that, use menu 23. It's going to be plus or minus 6. And then we just have to add 7 to both sides to get rid of the 7 on the right-hand side. So it's going to be plus or minus 6. So here are two equations, 7 plus 6 and 7 minus 6. So this is going to be 13 and this is going to be 1. Those are our two solutions. So we go here and we do 13 and then we add another solution. Uh-oh. And let's see, this is going to be 1. So we submit it and looks good. Okay, last thing. This is about 10 minutes. I want to keep it around 10 to 12. So I'm just going to do a couple of these where we're actually solving from the start all the way through. We're not just getting to intermediate steps. All right, so we have a quadratic equation, x squared minus 6x equals 7. Now, I'm going to go to the iPad. Right. The constant is on the right-hand side. We have all the x's on the left. So now we need the b. The b is a negative 6. And then that means b over 2 is going to be a negative 3. And then we're going to do b, take half of b and then square it. So this is going to be negative 3 times a negative 3 is going to be 9. If you're not able to do it in your head, that's fine. Just use your calculator, store this into b, take b over 2, take b over 2, and then square it. So we're going to add 9 to both sides of the equation. So this is going to be 16 on the right-hand side. And then we're going to rewrite this as um, uh, taking half of b and then squaring it. So x minus 3 squared. So we're almost done. Just like we did in the previous section, we're just going to take the square root of both sides. So this is going to be x minus 3, and this is going to be plus or minus 4 because this is a perfect square. And then we just got to get the minus 3 to the other side, so it's going to be this. So we got two solutions, 3 plus 4, and we also have 3 minus 4. So this is going to be 7. This is a negative 1. Those are our two solutions, so we can go here and go 7, additional, and then we go a negative 1, and then we submit it. All right, let's see. I think that's enough. All right, so that's the key. Let me go back to this last question because this is a good summary. You always have to make sure the constant is on the right-hand side, the variable's on the left-hand side, and then you're just going to need the b, half of b, and then half of b squared. You always start with this one. You're going to add this to both sides to complete the square. That's what I did here. I'm going to total over here. And then this side I can rewrite using half of b. So x minus 3 squared, that's how I got here. And then from there, once you get this format, whatever this is on the right-hand side, you're going to take the square root of both of them. This side over here is going to cancel nicely. But over here, this is a perfect square. Sometimes it's not a perfect square. Sometimes it'll be something that you can't simplify. Sometimes it's going to be a radical that's not a perfect square that you can simplify, but you need to use menu 23 just like you've done in the past with the quadratic formula. So, right. And once you've done that, that's it. Just move whatever the constant is over to the other side, and that's your answer. All right, you should have two solutions most of the time. Sometimes they're going to be just too rational. Sometimes they're going to be too irrational, but just make sure you get X by itself. All right, guys, that's it. I hope this has been helpful. If it hasn't, you got to let me know. I'm going to be after school on Monday and Tuesday. So if you need some extra help, just let me know. All right, I'm going to stop and post this.